Hello and welcome to Create Crochet with me, Rebecca. In today's video we're going to be doing this boxed granny square stitch. It makes up really quickly. It's very easy to do. We're going to start in the center here and then I'll show you how to change colour and how to continue. So let's get on and make. So the main colour of your blanket, you are going to chain 12. Into the fourth chain from the hook we're going to put 2 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So into this fourth chain, yarn over and push the hook into the chain. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4 in there and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, come through 2, yarn over, come through 2. Back into the same chain to do another double crochet, like so, and then chain 1. We're going to skip 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. So into this one we are going to do 3 double crochet. So that's 1, back into the same chain for 2, back into the same chain for 3, chain 1, skip 3, and that should take you to the first chain that we made here. And again you're going to do 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. Back into the same chain. This chain is going to work very hard for 3 more double crochet. And what you'll find is that as you make these, your work will naturally want to go around the corner. Well, that's absolutely perfect. That is what you want. So that's your next 3 double crochet. Again, you're going to chain 3, back into that same chain to do 3 more double crochet. So that's 1, 2 and 3, and this time just chain 1. Now if you have a look at your work, you have made the edge here, the corner spaces, and the corners are made by doing these chain 3. It kind of forces the yarn to take this shape. So after you've done your chain 1, you want to find the base of this 3 double crochet cluster and go back into that chain there, and again you're going to make a 3 double crochet cluster. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1. That should take you to this last cluster here. So we need to create another corner. So going into that same chain, you're going to do your 3 double crochet cluster, 2, 3. You need to chain 3 to force the yarn to make the corner. Back into the same place, make your 3 double crochet, and chain 3. Then we come to our work here and we have this chain 3 space here. Now if you have a look at the top of your work, if you're a beginner, if you have a look at the top of your work, you have really beautifully aligned V shapes at the top here. It's not one of those that you want to do this next stitch in. You want to try and find the top of this 3 chain here. So that's 1, 2 and 3, and that is where you're going to put your hook in, yarn over and come through that and come through the loop on your hook, which is a slip stitch. Chain 1. Now that chain 1 does not count as any kind of stitch. It is literally just to keep your work secure. So now you're going to cut off this piece of yarn here. Now when you cut this, you want to give yourself a long enough thread that you can weave this end in, and then just pull your hook through and tighten it off. Now if you have a look at your work, you have a corner, straight edge, corner and corner. So it should look like that. Now we need to make round 2. So with colour B, and just take out some of this yarn. So from here on in, the next rows that I'm going to show you are your row repeats. You won't have to repeat all of this row for the rest of your work, but starting with your next colour, you're going to make your slip stitch as normal, and we are going to make a standing single crochet. This just makes your work a little bit neater than chaining to start your work. So there's a loop on your hook. You're going to pick up your work and choose anywhere to start. And what you're going to do is you're going to come into this chain 1 space here. So with one loop on your hook, you're going to put your hook through that chain 1 space, pull up a loop, yarn over and come through both loops on your hook. And that is how you do a standing single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Your chain 3 is to skip over your 3 double crochet cluster. So then you're going to go back through the next chain 1 space for your next single crochet. You're going to chain 3 again. The chain 3 is to step over the cluster, and here we are at our corner. So to do a corner, I'm just going to zoom out. I'm not totally satisfied my camera is picking that up. Into this gap here, you're going to do your single crochet and your chain 3, but you're going to go back into the same place to do your next single crochet, and that will give you the corner space when we come to do round 3. So again, you're going to chain 3 to skip over your 3 double crochet, and here we are in the corner again. So it's going to come as no surprise that you need to single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet back in that same chain 3 space. Chain 3, skip over your cluster and into the chain 1 gap. Chain 3 into your chain 1 gap for a single crochet, chain 3, and here we are at the corner again. So single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, skip over your cluster and into here, which is your next corner. So again, single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. So now we need to slip stitch to the top of our standing single crochet, and that is just into your work like so, yarn over, come through your work and come through the loop on your hook. Chain 1 again. That chain 1 is just for added security, so that when you cut your strand and pull your hook through, you can pull it and that is going nowhere. And that is the end of round 2. So now with colour A again, we are going to make our double clusters into our chain 3 gaps. To start that, we are going to make a simple slip knot, and we're going to make a standing double crochet. I'm just taking some more yarn out. And again, this round is the same for every single round here on when you're using colour B, and this round with colour A is the same round that you're going to do throughout your blanket. To do a standing single crochet, you have 1 loop on your hook. Just catch that tail end in your hand so this just doesn't keep spinning round your hook. Yarn over and into any of these chain 3 spaces, hook in, pull up a loop and complete the double crochet as normal. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 and 3. After every single cluster, apart from the corner, every single cluster, you chain 1. You go to your next 3 chain space to do your 3 double crochet cluster. So if you count to 3, you're pretty much golden with this one. Rule of thumb, chain 1. Now we're into the corner space. So we're going to do our cluster of 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3. And as we did before in our corner, we're going to chain 3. Back in here to do the next 3 double crochet cluster. And the way that you can count your 3 double crochet, if you are new to crocheting, is they look like standing posts. So you have 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 there. And that's how to count them. So you need to chain 1 to get to this space here, and you're going to do your normal 3 double crochet cluster before we hit the corner again. So, going to put our cluster into that 3 chain space, and then we're going to chain 3. The only time we chain 3 with colour A is when we're on our corner space. And 3. Chain 1. So we're going to do our cluster, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and we're just going to go all the way around, emulating what we're doing. Picking up a little bit of speed now before I hit my next corner. So in here again, we're going to do our 3 double crochet, chain 3, and then do our next 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and off to the next 3 chain space, which should bring us back to our corner. So this is pretty much how our blanket is made up. Following this, and it will just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it does make up really, really quickly. Once you've got the hang of doing a nice neat chain and some beautiful double crochets, you're golden. You can just get on and do it. So coming into our last 3 chain space, exactly the same way as what we've just done, moving those tail ends out of the way. Chain 1, and then we come to our standing double crochet. We're just going to slip stitch to finish this row round off. Whoops, I'm afraid I'm going to start that one again. So in, pull through and pull through, chain 1, again, that chain 1 is only for added security. That should be enough of a length for me to weave in the end. Pull through and just give it a gentle tug. Now, as you can see, that is beginning to take shape already. So my next row would be row or round, whichever you prefer. I know I keep saying both. Will be with colour B. Colour B gives you these little indentations here. It's just a change up of the normal granny. I've been Rebecca. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them and I'll get back to you. Take care, my lovelies. Bye.